So hello guys, this is another video on hip hop. I know my last video I made with academics talking about how he's calling the originators of hip hop dusty, old, washed up, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say this the continuation or anything. I wouldn't say this is like the continuation video, but this kind of correlates to hip hop and who originated hip hop and things of that nature, because it is a lot of like talk in the media on who created hip hop and things of that nature. Fat Joe also had a video circulating on the web talking about like black people, because we all know like hip hop was created in the South Bronx, and with that being said, during that time, and then you got also realize that hip hop was created back in the early late 1970s, like in the mid 1970s going into the late 1970s. And during that time, it was a lot of black people in the Bronx, as well as Hispanic people. So, but Fat Joe said like Latinos, created hip hop. Black and Latinos created hip hop. Do I believe he's automatically wrong for saying that? No, I don't think he's wrong for saying that. But the way he mentioned it, the way he worded it, would have you believe like, oh, black people, we didn't do this on our own. You get what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that, well, over the years, of course, the original days of hip-hop, yeah, black people, we did that. But over the years, you had other ethnicities coming into hip-hop over the years. So hip-hop is its own melting pot within a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is a melting pot. So many cultures, so many ethnicities. And hip-hop is also a melting pot within a melting pot. So, but originally speaking, black people, I do believe, created hip-hop. I do believe Latinos contributed to hip-hop, especially Puerto Ricans. Like, and that's another thing too. Which Latinos, which Hispanic group contribute to hip-hop? That's another thing. Fat Joe probably answered that question, but I wish he was more specific. He said Latinos. Which Latinos? Dominicans, Puerto Ricans? Like, which ones? You know what I mean? He didn't really get into detail when it came to that part, to that aspect, and I wish he did, But I do believe Latinos did contribute, but created the foundation of hip-hop. No, I have to strongly disagree with Fat Joe. I really do, Shouts to our Latin brothers and sisters, because the Bronx, anybody that knows the Bronx, it's made up of a lot of Latinos now, a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. I think I don't even see that many Puerto Ricans in general no more. What happened to y'all? Like, I'm not dissing, but I really do miss seeing Puerto Ricans. I do. Shouts to the Dominicans, but damn, where the Puerto Ricans, where the Boricuas at and stuff, Shouts to the Puerto Ricans, shouts to both, shouts to DR, shouts to Puerto Rico, but, Puerto Ricans really, like, all due respect to Dominicans, but Puerto Ricans really embrace, black people more. I'll be honest. They do. Shout out to the Dominicans that are fully aware of their African ancestry. I'm not saying there's none, but when it comes to Puerto Ricans, they're more not ashamed of saying, yeah, they, they got black in them, So that's why, like, I wish Fat Joe would have said which, Hispanic group was a part of hip hop. I doubt Dominicans was at that time, during that time. Definitely the Puerto Ricans, if anything, Definitely the Puerto Ricans. But yeah, Fat Joe, like, I mean, he's a great artist. He definitely contributed a lot to hip hop. Him and Big Pun contribute a lot to the borough of the Bronx. You know, I definitely love their legacy, love what they did for that borough. You know, Fat Joe put Remy Ma on. So at the end of the day, it's more of a unity between blacks and Hispanics, specifically Puerto Ricans. So I'm not really that mad that Fat Joe even mentioned, like, you know, Latinos help black people. I could kind of like help, probably assisted us with hip hop as far as, you know, the Latin flavor and, you know, the twist, the Latin twist in hip hop. But creating, I don't think that's an accurate statement from Fat Joe. But and then like is another thing too, like is another theory or a debate whether like Jamaicans and West Indians and Caribbean people contribute to hip hop. After Fat Joe said that, a lot of people want to argue whether Jamaicans and things of that nature created hip hop. And anybody that knows like other pioneers in hip hop, Biggie, Dougie Fresh, things of that nature, they are island boys. You know, Biggie was Jamaican, Nicki Minaj, she from Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, I definitely believe. And that's another thing why it hurt me that DJ Academics kind of said what he said about, you know, the hip-hop pioneers, because at the end of the day, you a whole Jamaican boy yourself, Academics, and you acting as though, you know, they didn't pave the way for you or, you know, our island people to even have a start in hip-hop. So that's another thing why I'm mad at Academics for saying what he said, you know, about the hip-hop pioneers, because like these are the same people that gave our people an opportunity to even, because let's be real, a lot of people back in the days was messing with Jamaicans. They was calling Jamaicans, you know, I'm not gonna say it, they was saying harsh things about my father's people, you know what I'm saying? So for Academics to act like, you know, to say what he said, that's totally wrong. He needs to give thanks. He needs to give respect where it's due. You know, he needs to give respect where it's due, because that's not right. That's not right at all. Yeah, that's all I have to say. That's all I want to talk about. At the end of the day, I'm a 90s baby. I'm a Gen Z, millennial, whatever you want to call it. 98 baby. I'm a 1998 baby. So, but I definitely love the history. I definitely, you know, immerse myself with the history, the culture, and things. And me being from the Bronx, me having a Caribbean background, it's kind of have a lot to do with me as well. So I had to partake. Excuse me. I had to partake into this conversation as well. So yeah, having a parent that's from the Caribbeans, having a mother, having a family that came from, you know, New York, from the Bronx originally, I just had to say something on this. And Academics, you're wrong. Fat Joe, you're not totally wrong for saying that Latinos contribute to hip-hop. They did, rightfully so, especially Puerto Ricans. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I love you guys. That's my take on this whole hip-hop debacle that's going on. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll speak to y'all later. See y'all later. Next video is going to be great. Can't say what it's about, but it's going to be great. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. I know that was a lot. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all later. Mwah. Bye-bye.